Hello everybody, we are Coaster Sean's. This is Sean, I'm Sean, and we're gonna do our top 15 coasters and we're gonna roast each other's 15, and we got that idea from Coaster Studios, Taylor and Sarah, so credit to them for the idea. And let me start off by saying that our home parks are Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, Busch Gardens Tampa, and SeaWorld Orlando. We're from Miami, so those are our home parks. And last year we ventured out of the state for the first time and we went to Carowinds, Cedar Point, Kings Island, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and Kings Dominion. So those are the parks we've been to, and this is our top 15 based on the rides, on the coasters that we've been on so far. So
we will do one at the end of 2023 as well, because we are heading to Georgia and Pennsylvania, and we would like to do another one because these are just from the coasters that we have ridden now.
Right, our plan this year is to hit up Six Flags Over Georgia and go to Fun Spot Atlanta to try Air Force One, which we hear is top 3 RMC. So we want to see what that's all about, even though my thighs are not looking forward to those hills at the end of the ride, but we will deal with that. And we plan to go to Hershey Park once Wildcats Revenge opens, and hopefully El Toro will be back up and we'll be able to hit up Six Flags, what is it, Great Adventure?
Yeah, Great Adventure.
Right. Okay, so this is our top 15, and Sean will go first with his number 15.
My number 15 is Copperhead Strike.
Copperhead Strike at 15, that's a good one. Okay, my number 15 is The Beast at Kings Island.
I was scared of that one.
Sean was scared of The Beast at night because it's pretty terrifying. We had never been on such a ride like that. Now, I have The Beast down there, not necessarily because it's, well, it is a great coaster, you know, but the experience itself of being at night on a coaster through the woods was absolutely one of a kind. We had never experienced anything like that. I loved it. Sean was a little scared at first, even though we rode it the next day. During the day, he was still not having it. So that's my number 15, The Beast. Even though as far as ride experience, that's gonna be up in my top 3, regardless of how good the coaster is, just because the experience itself is unbelievable, and I had never been on anything like that before. I've heard of other rides like Boulder Dash, and other good night rides Outlaw Run, and we haven't been on those yet, but we look forward to those night rides on those coasters that are like in the woods and crazy like that. So having said that, I'll go with my number 14. My number 14 is Manta at SeaWorld Orlando.
Oh my god, I had the same one.
You said you put Copperhead Strike at 14 and you had Invader at 15. So
I forgot to put Mako.
Oh, you forgot to put Mako. All right, but this is Manta.
Yeah.
Well, I have Manta.
Mine is Manta too.
All right, so we have Manta is pretty much in that area for both of us, and Manta, just based on that pretzel loop itself, is worthy of being in the top 15. We have not been on any other flying coaster yet. Our next one should be Superman over at Six Flags Over Georgia, but that pretzel loop is probably one of the craziest elements we've ever experienced on any coaster, even on some of our favorite coasters. So moving on, what is your 13, sir?
Mystic Timbers.
Mystic Timbers. Are you sure you have it at 12?
I forgot to put Mako. So
okay, so you're kind of like, yeah. At the bottom of the list, these all get jumbled up somehow anyway, and we change them on the spot. Mystic Timbers, I get it. What do you like about Mystic Timbers? Mystic
Timbers, the thing with it, I got my jaw beat up, but...
How did you get your jaw beat up on Mystic Timbers?
You hit me in the, like this. My dad's elbow hit my jaw. So the thing I like about Mystic Timbers is that it really feels like you're in like a haunted forest, and like everything's like, the airtime's crazy. It's like out of control. You don't know where you're going. It's basically that Lost in the Forest type of vibe, and I really love it.
Mystic Timbers is great. I have that, I'll mention it later. It's in my honorable mention. It just didn't quite fit in my top 15, even though it is possibly the best wooden coaster I've been on. But all the other rides are steel coasters in my top 15. But yeah, the only thing, and it's the same thing that the guys at Coaster Studio said, that shed scene at the end is a little too drawn out, and it feels like it would have been better at the beginning.
I want it to be a drop track.
That would have been cool if it would have been a drop track. I'm not sure how that would work on a wood coaster though, but anyways, yeah, that shed scene at the end is just takes too long, and it felt like it should have been better.
It's like 3 minutes of the ride. I think that part is the longest part of the ride.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on. At my number 13, I have Montu at Busch Gardens, Tampa, and that is my favorite invert, even though most of the B&M inverts are really up there. They're all pretty much...
I don't have any inverts.
You don't have any inverts on yours? How do you not have Montu on your list?
Oh my god.
We love Montu.
I absolutely love
Now
Montu.
Montu,
I'm sorry, I'm an 8-year-old. Please.
sometimes Montu switches for me with Banshee and sometimes with Raptor because of that last helix. The intensity on that last helix of Raptor is insane. But most of these, and Alpengeist too is amazing. And I think that my Montu just for me is just a step above the experience of the other B&M inverts that we've been on so far. All right, number 12.
My number 12 is Twisted Timbers. I have my two timbers
Your
next
two
to
Twimbers?
timbers next to each other.
Okay.
I like the Timbers, but I like Twisted Timbers a little bit more. I am the biggest fan of RMC ever. I love RMC.
He sure does. I also have at my 12, well, Twisted Timbers I had at 11 actually. I have at number 12 Millennium Force at Cedar Point, the OG Giga. It's a great ride. We had actually been on Fury 325 before Millennium Force, and Fury 325 is just on another level.
Really good.
It's just amazing. It's like Mako on steroids, and I'll get to that later as that's higher up on my list. So, where are we at now? Twisted. You're 11.
My 11th is Millennium Force.
No, you're 12. Oh no, okay, you're 11. Okay, your 11 is Millennium Force. So we got Millennium Force right up there, kind of together. So
I
pretty
like
cool.
Millennium Force a little bit more.
All right. Let me see. I have at my number 11, I have Twisted Timbers. So we have those two right in the same area. Twisted Timbers, we've been on 3 RMCs, right? We've been on Steel Vengeance.
Wait, Steel Vengeance, Iron
And
Gwazi,
Twisted Timbers.
Twisted Timbers.
That's
Yeah.
it. So we've only been on 3 RMCs so far.
We're about to get on 2 more.
Yes. We're going to do
Twisted Cyclone and Air Force
Twisted
One.
Cyclone and Area Force One when we go to Atlanta. But yes, Twisted Timbers would be my number 11. It's a fun little RMC. It feels like a mini Steel Vengeance, like the guys at Coaster Studios had mentioned. Airtime is great. That first drop, turning down, what's it called?
It doesn't have a name.
I don't know what it's called, but
It doesn't have a
that
name.
first drop that turns and drops is amazing. RMCs, I love RMCs. I love all of those coasters. The only thing is that those restraints do hurt my thighs, and you know that's something that happens with a lot of people. I'm a bigger dude, so they do come down on my thighs pretty hard. But even then, it's still worth it, and they are incredible, incredible coasters. Number 10, we're into the top 10 now. What do we got?
Diamondback.
Diamondback, okay. It's a good one.
Diamondback, the thing with Diamondback, when you get on the back of the train, you put your hand out like this, you can feel the water. It feels like you're gliding through the water. I don't know
That
what.
splashdown is good.
Yeah, I don't know what snake beam that has to do with that, but if it was at SeaWorld, I think it would make a little bit more sense.
My theory on why it's got a snake theme is because of that rattle that they have over there. I love all the B&M hypers that we've been on. Diamondback just for me was too rattly, so maybe that rattle is like a rattlesnake type of thing. Diamondback, I don't know. It's a great ride. The splashdown is beautiful. It's a beautiful ride. We love it. I just don't love the rattle that's on there. Stop.
I didn't
Okay.
do anything.
At my number 10, I have Copperhead Strike at Carowinds.
I
Love
have it
it.
higher.
You have it higher? Okay. Well, Copperhead
I mean
Strike.
lower.
Lower?
I meant lower.
Yeah, we went over
I
that.
meant lower, yeah.
Okay, Copperhead Strike, loved it. It's not a speed situation, it's a hang time situation. The launches were great. We actually got stuck on the second launch once, and we had to be evacuated, and we had like nice free cold water.
That was really
We went last summer in 2022 when there was a massive heat wave. It was not fun. It was like 99 degrees over there, and it was just crazy. But still, we were able to get like 5 or 6 rides on Copperhead Strike, and we absolutely loved
That
it.
night ride is the best, one of the best night rides ever. I
On
think,
Copperhead Strike?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better than a Fury Night ride. Fight me for it. I think it's better than a Fury Night ride.
Okay then, fight him. All right, number 9. I have my favorite B&M hyper, which is Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. I mean, what can I say about Mako? It's just absolutely amazing. The drop is amazing. It is incredibly smooth. And, you know, the only thing negative I have to say is that second half at the end just kind of gets a little weak. You know, the first half is a lot better. And it would have been nice if it would have had some sort of splashdown over the water that would like Diamondback does, you know, and it is a water theme situation. But I love the colors on it, the purple, the blue. It does need a new paint job. It's amazing though, and we could go on Mako over and over again and marathon that thing all day. It's amazing.
We've been on Mako. That's like our 5th most ridden ride. We have like 50 rides
Yeah,
on
we've
that
been on
thing.
that like 40, 50 times. Okay. So what's your number 9?
Mine, number 9, Tigris and Tempesto.
Really?
Yes.
You hated those
I
coasters.
hated those because they didn't know how to put the restraint on. So then when I
You didn't
learned-
like the launches either. You didn't like the roll.
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
the thing, because when you don't put the restraint right, it comes up on you, and I'm like, whoa, the ride's malfunctioning.
I
But
like-
now it's like really fun because I know how to put the restraint on.
Well, I like those Skyrocket 2 models. We've been on 2 of them. We've been on
Did
Tigris.
you not put it on?
I did not. They did not make it.
Wow.
I love them. You know,
Sure.
I wish they did not have those comfort collars. We call them the discomfort collars. We do not like them. We know that some of them don't have them, and I wish all of them would be removed. I'm sure it would make for a better experience. We saw a video of what was the one over there at Lake Compounds? What's it called? The Fear coaster?
Yeah.
Right? That one doesn't have the restraints and the comfort collars.
I wish they
wonder.
did that to Tigris and Tempesto.
Yeah, we've been on Icebreaker a ton at SeaWorld, and we like it. We weren't able to get a ride on them after they took out the comfort collar, so we're looking forward to getting on that.
We're going on a pipeline ship.
Oh, we're waiting for Pipeline to open, absolutely, because we have a very bad experience at a certain stand-up coaster called Vortex at Carowinds, which required immediate medical attention for my back, that's for sure, and hated it. So we are looking forward to feeling what kind of experience this new
The bouncing.
generation of stand-up coaster B&M has to offer. And it's at our home park, so I'm sure we're going to be going there often to check that out. Okay, moving on. Number 8 for me, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, and that is how it is said, in case people got mixed up with it. Hagrid's, absolutely the best family coaster we've ever been on. Intimate launch coaster, everything about it, the theming, absolutely incredible. It's, I mean, what can I say? The bike experience at night, front row, one of the best things ever. But it's my number 8 just because it's not as intense as some of the other coasters that we like. But as far as family coasters are concerned, Hagrid's has got to be the best one we've been on by far. How about you? What's your
I
number
think
8?
you did not put this one, and this one is really underrated. Maverick.
Maverick. I am wearing the shirt for Maverick.
If you did not put that on your
Look what my number 7 is.
Oh.
My number 7 is Maverick at Cedar Point. Amazing little coaster. Love it. Love an Intamin launch coaster. I'm an Intamin launch guy. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Intamin killed it.
Yeah, they did great. That second launch out of the tunnel is great. It's intense. It's whippy. I don't love the over-the-shoulder restraints it's got on it, but we deal with them. And it's a fun little launch coaster from Intamin. It's not Velocicoaster or nothing, but we still love it. And what do you got at number 6?
My number 6 is Steel Vengeance.
Steel Vengeance all the way at number 6. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure there's not much we could say about Steel Vengeance that hasn't been said already, but what would you like to say about Steel Vengeance?
Steel Vengeance. I would describe it as everything on that coaster hits. Like, there's not a single dull moment. When you think of RMC, it's like Twisted Timbers. Like, it's really short. And I bet for Twisted Cyclone too, over at Georgia. But Steel Vengeance has none of those moments.
Steel
Yeah,
Vengeance.
for my dad, yeah.
Steel Vengeance is a glorious coaster. It's majestic. It's huge. It's up there in my top 5. We'll get to that in a minute. At my number 6, I have another Intamin launch coaster, Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Love it. Except that it has absolutely zero theming. It may as well be in a parking lot somewhere. Still love it though. It's a great, even though it's a little faster than Velocicoaster, it does not feel for me as intense as Velocicoaster. That top hat kind of just crawls over the top hat very slowly. We've been on it like maybe 5 or 6 times. I still love it though. I think it's a great coaster. I love what Intamin's doing with these new coasters, and I love it. That spike is cool. You know, it feels like Icebreaker's daddy. So, anyways, that's my number 6, Pantheon. Still love it.
Guess what's my number 6?
What?
I mean, guess what?
Pantheon. You see, we're Intamin launch guys. What can I tell you? All right, so Pantheon, number 6. That's his number 6. At number 5, I have Intimidator 305.
Oh my god.
You too?
Me too.
Good job. We did not look at each other's lists. He went into his room and did his list, and I went away and I didn't let him do my list. I didn't let him look at my list.
I was making our channel.
So we went on
He
Intimidator
doesn't know
305.
how to make channels.
I don't know how to make channels. He knows what he's doing. Intimidator 305, we got only 2 rides on it. It was shut down when we went last year for one day.
We got
but
1 ride.
We got 2 rides.
We got 1.
We got
Oh,
2.
yeah,
We
two
got 2.
rides.
We got 2 rides. We
When-
tried to do a 3rd ride, but it was closed.
Yeah, it was close.
Sheesh. I mean,
What can I
Intimidator 305, I guess, is just, you know, an intense version of Millennium Force, I guess. I mean, that drop is insane. That first turn is insane. He grayed out. I was losing my mind. It felt like Maverick on steroids. It was absolutely intense. You know, fast. It's a hell of a coaster, man. Intamin I think, was trying to kill everybody with that one. All right, so Intimidator 305. That's. I have a picture of him. He's like, yeah.
This is my exact
Definitely,
face.
I think that definitely is the most intense coaster we have been on. Intimidator
This
305.
was my face after I rode.
Yeah, that was it. All right, number 4. What do you got?
My number 4 is Mako.
What are you talking about? We already mentioned Mako. Oh, you wrote it in there?
I did not write it, but
Okay.
I meant to write
All
it.
right, so Mako number 4. You have it up there. Okay, I get it. Mako is the best hyper. We still agree that Mako is our favorite B&M hyper. At least it's the smoothest one we've been on. We've been on. We mentioned which one? Diamondback. We mentioned Diamondback. Diamondback is great. The rattle kills it for me a little bit. We've been on Apollo's Chariot and Intimidator at Carowinds, and Mako is so much better than those. You know, they're still great. Intimidator, those trims.
Mako we can
Kills it.
marathon.
Yeah, Mako is just a beautiful,
We
beautiful
could just
ride. It's so
marathon.
smooth. I mean, I could go on that all day. Can't say enough about Mako. All right, number 4 for me is Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. That's got to be. That was a toss-up between that and Iron Gwazi. I don't know. Steel Vengeance is such a majestic-looking structure, but I think for me, it's too long. It's too long. I prefer Iron Gwazi. I prefer the shorter ride. For me especially, and my legs prefer the shorter ride as well. Steel Vengeance, that brake run kind of makes it come down in points as far as preference, because Iron Gwazi just does not stop. Iron Gwazi does not stop. It just keeps going, and you don't know what the... First time we rode it, we got off, I was like, what the hell just happened? I have no idea. It was insane. The what's it called? The death roll, the stall.
Iron Gwazi.
Yeah, so Iron Gwazi is my number 3, and you know, Steel Vengeance 4, Iron Gwazi number 3 for me.
My number 3 is Fury 325.
Okay, legit. I understand that.
I don't know why you put Fury 325 over Iron Gwazi. I am furious at you.
My number 2 is Fury 325 at Carowinds, and I just love it. It's fast. It's not intense like I-305. It just feels like I'm flying. You know, the drop is insane. You know, everything, all the elements on that one is so different than, let's say, Orion at Kings Island, which is still a great Giga, but I mean, you could tell the difference in the layout with Fury 325. It just feels so much cooler, and I could ride Fury 325 all day. I could get on that thing just like Mako. It's like Mako's daddy, you know. Fury 325 is a beautiful, graceful, elegant, smooth ride, you know. And the only reason I have these RMCs beneath Fury 325 is simply because of the pain that I have on my legs, you know, because arguably, you know, it's just a matter of preference at this point. If you like, you know, RMCs over, you know, Intamin or B&M, you know, I get it. At this point, it's just a matter of preference. So
the dud about Fury 325 is just that I want it to be like more like a ride. Yeah,
What do you mean more like a ride?
Everything that you said applies to it, but I want it to be intense. I am an intense ride guy. I'm not a smooth, elegant. I love Fury 225. That's my number 3. I love Fury 225. You're not gonna get me wrong. I love.
So you're an
Fury
intense guy, huh?
225. I'm an intense guy.
Why is I-305 not on your number 1 then? That's the most intense coaster we've been on.
But it was too intense for me.
Oh,
I'm
too
an 8-year-old.
intense. I see.
I'm an
Okay.
8-year-old.
And for our number one, because it's undoubtedly number 1, and I don't care what anybody says, is Velocicoaster. No doubt, we've been on that ride 60 plus times, 70 times. I don't even know. We don't count exactly how many times we've been on. We just know, and we will get on that thing all day. I could tell you that I have not canceled my Universal membership because of Velocicoaster. I will pay that money per month to get on that ride all day, you know. And it's a bonus that Hagrid's is there. Hulk is great too. Hurts my head, but that B&M launch is one of a kind. The Hulk, we love the Hulk, but still, Velocicoaster.
Let me tell you
I mean-
my sentence about Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster, everything that we said about that top 3, just add theming, intensity, airtime, and a story to it. That's the thing that makes Velocicoaster Velocicoaster.
It's the whole package. The theming is unbelievable.
It
But
tells
even
us-
take away all of the theming on Velocicoaster, and it's still a hell of a ride. I mean, the first launch, as soon as it goes, I had never been on a coaster like that before. Sean and I just started riding coasters about 3 years ago, to be honest with you. And he's only 8, so as soon as he was tall enough to get on Hagrid's, when he was 5, because he's a tall kid, you know, he lost his fear of the loops, which was his thing. I'm not going on the loops. We've been on Hulk already 40 times. Still love the Hulk, but the first time I rode Velocicoaster, that launch, as soon as we get launched into that first, what is it, an Immelman, the first thing?
Immelman, yeah.
As soon as my butt started coming off the seat, I'm like, whoa, this ride just wants me off of this ride. And it's similar in a way to Iron Gwazi. It feels like it wants to throw you out. But Velocicoaster is just so smooth. And the second launch into the top hat, the stall is great. But, you know, the Mosasaurus roll at the end is just like, whoa. You know, I wish they would have gotten that right on Maverick. I would have liked to experience that on Maverick. I understand why it may have been too intense, but I mean, Velocicoaster from the beginning to end, it's so much fun and it's so smooth and it's so much more comfortable than RMCs. That if everything could have a restraint like Velocicoaster, we'd be happy. So, having said that, that's our top 15. We didn't have too many differences. And
My sentence about Velocicoaster, it tells a story in a single ride. If that was a story,
you feel like you're in Jurassic Park, you know. And the
'Cause
whole
everything-
pre-show with Owen and Claire, it's in the whole back and forth, you know, her saying, "Oh, everything is okay," and he's like, "No, it's not." You know, have them sign on a waiver. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. It really sets it up, and I love the station. You could see the coaster outside through the glass. You feel like you're in the actual raptor paddock in Jurassic Park. And
spoiler alert, there's like some raptor like cages, and there's like 4 raptors. Two
are
of them
gone.
have escaped. Uh-oh. That like makes you like
The hunt is on.
The hunt is on. They say that whenever
They're incredible problem solvers.
the roller coaster the roller coaster malfunctions and then they fix it, it's like, okay, riders, we have fixed it. The hunt is now on.
Oh, and also the operations are pretty legit on that, so it goes by quick. The line is not even a problem to be in because you're so entertained by everything.
I'll be
that's
there
going on.
90 minutes.
Yeah, it's great. So that is our top 15. Honorable mention for me, all the other B&M inverts that I didn't mention, Alpengeist, Raptor, Banshee. I mean, again, Banshee I think is probably the best one for me, but I just hate those restraints. It's that vest thing, I don't like it. And Mystic Timbers, I have it down there as well. It's but yeah, we've been on some great ones, and we look forward to getting on some other ones.
My honorable mentions are Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The same thing that he said about it, but I just didn't think it made it on my top.
Oh, you forgot Woody Woodpecker's Nut House Coaster, by the way. his favorite when he was 5. Okay, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We are the Coaster Shawns, and we'll see you soon.
See you.